The story begins in the Amazon rainforest, where deforestation is destroying the jungle completely, resulting in the homes of the indigenous tribal people being wiped out. Then, in a university in the US, we see a girl named Justine with her roommate. They attend a class together, where their teacher talks about the cruel traditions still practiced in some parts of the world, especially against African women. Hearing this, Justine is shocked and deeply disturbed. After class, when Justine is alone, a guy approaches her and says that Alejandro has sent her this plate and invited her to a meeting. Alejandro leads a student group that campaigns for environmental protection in various parts of the world. He is a charismatic and influential activist, always involved in one mission or another. Since Justine is also interested in social causes, she decides to attend the meeting. Alejandro explains to the group that they are planning a trip to the Amazon rainforest to protect a local tribe from a multinational company that is cutting down the jungle to extract petroleum. This company is using the help of retired soldiers for the task. Alejandro says their goal is to stop the company and live stream the situation to attract international media attention so that public pressure forces the company to back off. Justine is very impressed by this mission and decides to join them. The rest of the group also agrees to participate. The next day, Justine speaks to her father over the phone, who is a lawyer at the United Nations, and lies, saying she's going on a trip with friends. Later, Justine meets the rest of the group at a location where they are introduced to one of Alejandro's friends who is funding the entire trip. They board a private plane and head out. After landing, they take a rickshaw to a hotel, eat food, and rest for a while. Then, they board a boat to head toward the Amazon jungle. Upon reaching the jungle, they all change into matching uniforms and reach the company's site. They chain themselves to trees and bulldozers and put on masks. Then, they start recording videos and protesting, intending to live stream everything to show the world what the company is doing. Soon, private military forces arrive to remove them, but since everyone is chained and locked, they can't be moved. However, Justine's lock is faulty, and she's not fully secured. One of the military men grabs her and puts a gun to her head, threatening to shoot her. Terrified and in tears, Justine begs Alejandro for help. But Alejandro and the others keep recording, with Alejandro even saying, "Shoot her. Her father is a UN lawyer. Let's see what happens then." Justine is stunned. Soon, the live video of their protest goes viral, attracting media attention. Under this pressure, the military lets them go, and the company is forced to stop operations. Then, the police arrive and arrest the group, but Justine's friend bribes them to release everyone. Afterward, they board their private plane to return home. Inside the plane, everyone celebrates. Alejandro proudly announces that their video has gone viral and they're receiving global attention. Everyone is thrilled, except Justine, who feels used, realizing they exploited her background to shield themselves. Suddenly, the plane experiences engine trouble. The pilots lose control, and the aircraft starts descending rapidly. People scream in fear as the plane crashes into the dense forest. 2 people fall out of the plane before it hits the trees. On impact, the plane is severely damaged, and the crash kills both pilots, Alejandro's friend, and several others. Some are critically injured. The survivors, shaken and crying, help each other out of the wreckage, surrounded by dead bodies and blood. Then, the plane explodes. Justine, Alejandro, and a few others survive, scared and unsure of what to do next. There's no cell signal. One of the boys tries to find his GPS device to call for help. Suddenly, they hear a strange sound from the jungle. Alejandro's girlfriend goes to check and is immediately struck by an arrow and falls. Alejandro tries to remove the arrow from her neck, but is hit with another arrow and dies. Terrified, the others try to flee, but the jungle tribe shoots them with arrows, knocking them unconscious one by one. One boy manages to find his GPS, but he's also hit and collapses. The tribe members then take the unconscious group by boat to their village. These are indigenous Amazonian tribespeople, their bodies painted red, appearing extremely intimidating. The group is taken to the tribal leader, but along the way, the tribe begins pulling their hair and terrifying them. The captives beg to be spared, but the tribespeople do not stop. Along the way, they see human corpses hanging. Realizing the tribe are cannibals, people who eat humans. Suddenly, a female tribal leader with yellow body paint arrives. Upon seeing her, the other tribespeople back off. She observes the group closely, speaks to the tribe in her language, and has them locked in cages. Alejandro still has his phone, but there's no signal. They soon notice one of their friends is missing from the cage. Looking out, they see the tribe dragging him away. The female leader touches his face, makes him drink a liquid, then lays him on a rock and gouges out his eyes. She shows the eyes to the tribe, who cheer excitedly. Then, a male tribal leader arrives and cuts off the boy's limbs and head. Everyone in the cage is horrified, covering their eyes in fear. The tribal women then cook the body, and the tribe feasts on it. Witnessing this, Alejandro and the others are terrified. One of the girls starts vomiting, which amuses the tribal children. That night, the group discusses how if they hadn't come to stop the company, they wouldn't be in this horrifying situation. Alejandro tells everyone that he and his friend, who funded the trip, brought everyone here just for money. Another company paid them to get rid of the first one, and by doing so, they earned money and fame. Alejandro goes on to reveal that the second company will arrive in the jungle in 2 or 3 days. At this point, everyone realizes that Alejandro is a selfish person who betrayed everyone for his own benefit. He also admits that he brought Justine along only because her father is a lawyer at the UN, and if something went wrong, her father could save them all. After hearing all this, everyone becomes furious with Alejandro. The next day, Justine sees a girl standing in front of her, and she plays her necklace flute to make a sound. At that moment, the male leader of the tribe arrives and pulls 3 girls out of the cage, placing them before the female leader. The female leader checks their private parts to determine who is a virgin. They find out that Justine has never had any sexual relations, so they send the other 2 girls back to the cage and take Justine to a hut. The people in the cage say, "We can't die like this. We have to do something." But the tribe's guards are watching them closely, so they can't escape. Then one of the boys gets an idea. He sets a ringtone on Alejandro's phone and throws it far away. Hearing the ringtone, one of the guards heads in that direction. Meanwhile, a girl uses this distraction and, with the help of her friend, escapes from the cage and runs away. A little while later, the tribe members bring Justine back to the cage. Strange paint marks are seen on her body and face. She has no memory of what happened because she had been unconscious. Later, the tribe brings food for everyone. After eating, one of the girls sees a piece of human skin in her bowl with a tattoo on it. Realizing it belongs to the friend who had escaped earlier, she understands that the tribe caught and killed her, and now they're all eating her. Horrified, she smashes the bowl and uses one of its sharp pieces to slit her throat, ending her life. The tribe comes to take her body for eating, but one of the boys stuffs marijuana into her mouth so that when the tribe eats her, they'll get intoxicated. After the tribe cooks and eats the girl, they all get high. Some pass out, while others start spinning with dizziness. Seeing the opportunity, Justine and Daniel escape the cage. But Alejandro knocks out one of his friends, believing that if he tries to escape with them, the tribe will catch and kill them. Alejandro also believes that the company arriving to cut down the trees might save him, so he stops his friend from going, hoping the tribe will eat his friend first and he can survive longer. Justine and the other boy leave Alejandro behind and escape. When that boy regains consciousness, he sees 2 tribe members sitting near him, laughing. Thinking they're still high, he tries to manipulate them through conversation, but they suddenly cut off his hand and begin eating it. Horrified, he tries to run, but the tribe surrounds him and, still intoxicated, starts eating him alive. Meanwhile, Justine and the other boy reach a river. They spot smoke from the plane crash and head toward it. Justine accidentally falls into the river and starts drifting away. She barely grabs onto a rock, and the boy helps pull her out using a tree branch. That night, they reach the plane crash site and find the bodies of their dead friends hanging from trees. The tribe had hung them there. Justine hears a phone ringing from a dead friend's pocket and retrieves it. Just then, the tribe arrives and knocks them both unconscious. The next morning, Justine wakes up to find she's being prepared for a ritual, while her male companion is tied to a pole and being brutally beaten, his limbs broken. Then the tribe smears something on his clothes that attracts ants, which start biting him, causing him to scream in agony. As the female leader of the tribe prepares to do something to Justine's private parts as part of the ritual, a tribe member arrives and announces that some people have come to cut down the trees. The tribe grabs their weapons and heads out to fight them, leaving behind a few kids to watch Alejandro. The little girl who had heard Justine's flute sound earlier unties her ropes. Once free, Justine runs to her friend tied to the pole. The boy, in unbearable pain from the ant bites, prefers death over suffering. The girl knocks him unconscious and kills him with a knife. Justine then escapes with the child. Alejandro pleads for help, but Justine refuses and runs away with the little girl. The child shows her the way out of the jungle, and Justine thanks her by gifting her the flute necklace. As they are about to escape, another girl and her father from the tribe arrive to stop Justine. But the path Justine takes has a dangerous jaglion, a hybrid of a male jaguar and a female lion. Fearing the jaglion might attack them, the tribe does not pursue Justine. With no other choice, she goes down that path. Luckily, the jaglion had recently hunted and was resting, so it doesn't attack her. She escapes safely and later sees military forces shooting down tribe members. She quickly raises her hands and shouts, "I'm American," pretending to record them on her mobile phone and asks them to stop. She yells, "I'm a survivor. Let me go." The soldiers stop and call a helicopter to evacuate her. While boarding, the pilot asks if there's anyone else with her. Justine lies and says, "No," and returns home in the helicopter. A few days later, government officials question her. Justine claims all her friends died in the plane crash, and she survived alone. She also says the tribal people helped her and didn't harm her. She lies because she believes if she told the truth, that the tribe eats humans, the government would wipe them out and destroy the Amazon forest. Later, she receives a call from Alejandro's sister, who says satellite images show Alejandro still alive in the jungle with black paint all over his body, suggesting he might now be part of the tribe himself. And with that, the movie ends. By the way, if you were in Justine's place, would you have helped Alejandro or left him behind, just like she did? Share your views in comment section.